Guys, it's your boy That Van Guy coming back at you with a new video. Where's Benelli at? Benelli's gonna be my hey Benelli, come here buddy. I'm trying to get you in a video. Look at you on camera. Anyways, he's gonna be my subhead mechanic and then Victor's gonna be the assistant, you know. So Benelli's gonna be doing most of the wrenching, but we got Victor to supervise him. So you gotta check this shit out. When we went out on that romp, I posted some videos on Instagram of the flybys at night and the in-cab footage. So something felt a little bit sloppy in the rear end and we're like, yeah, that's not right. And we figured something out and it's not good, but we're gonna fix it. So check this out. I'm never afraid to share my failures with you guys. And this is definitely something that I failed to think about, and I thought I fixed it, but I didn't fix all of it. I only fixed half of it. So here we go. Here we go. Just watch the diff as I pick it up. As you can see, it's rotating. So I know it's hard to see in that angle, but watch when I drop it. Here. You want to hold it?
Yeah, as you can kind of see it better.
Did you see that in the camera? It's rotating the whole axle, probably a solid 2 inches at the where the driveline attaches to the front of the axle. So I was wondering where some of the axle wrap is coming from. You should get a close-up of the mounts. Like go inside the wheel well there and look at these mounts. So watch this. This is the back right here. You can see the whole mount. You can see the axle side of the mount is actually worn out. So basically the only thing saving the axle right now from detaching is these sleeves that I welded in there. If I was smart, I would have made the sleeve the same diameter as the bolt. But like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. And yeah, hindsight is always 20/20, guys. So figured something else out today. Victor got the driveline disconnected. We got all the axle bolts out. Brake line's disconnected. The speed sensor disconnected. So yeah, everything is good to go. So we're gonna drop this axle out and go put it on the welding table and make some stuff happen here.
Is that
okay? So there's the top hole, middle hole, bottom hole. Those all look pretty good. The fish plating I did here helped everything hold up. Come over here to the axle side. Not good. Okay, not good. Not good. Okay, not good. So it was rotating against this. Ideally, if I was going to do it again, I would have done a 4-bolt system, and that would have lasted a lot longer because the middle one wouldn't be a pivot. It would all be more solid at that point. But yeah, only had the rear axle drop about 2 feet, and it almost killed Victor, but Victor's all good. He was far enough back. Yeah, it's all like gang stuff, you know, working on rigs. A little bit scary, but I think we're gonna be okay. So it's a little bit of excess brake fluid draining out of there. It's fine, but yeah, the rotors are still okay even with the drop. They cushion the fall pretty good. Definitely gonna want to replace them. I mean, they're already pretty shot, so they need to be replaced anyways, but I'm gonna wait to order them online because they're like a quarter of the price. So yup, axle's out. Looks pretty interesting. Hovercraft mode for sure. Yeah, I got the factory shock mount bracket ground off of this one. I'm just gonna leave it like this. It looks fine. This one, on the other hand, needs a little bit more attention. Unfortunately, it's like all weld at this point. So I don't know if I want to put too much effort into it, but I'm gonna try. So we'll see how she goes. Anyways, not really a huge deal with all this portion. More just trying to clean it up so it looks halfway decent when the other bracket's on there. Besides that, yeah, that's pretty much it. Now so I'm not technically doing a 4-link, but I'm cutting up these tabs. So these are going to be welded on the axle. 2 of these are going to be welded to the top of the diff, and the other 4 are going to be welded to the frame rails. So on the top, we're going to do a nice little we're going to do a nice little Y-link setup. So the upper link, you go like this, and here's the rear axle, and we're gonna go straight with the other 2 links there. So that's what it's gonna look like. Like that. So they're all gonna tie in. Like these are probably gonna run all the way up to here. And these links are probably gonna tie them there. And I'm gonna put a pivot point here. And then we got the pivot points there, and there, and there. So should be pretty mint, to be honest. I'm excited. Yeah. Make it happen. It's like what is it, like 6:30, 7, something like that? Around that time. I just went to Automocha. Oh, actually we got bolts, we got coffee, we got dinner, so we're all like ready to go. But I just realized I kind of fucked up because we're on a trifecta right now. We're on 4 shots of iced coffee. We're on some Copenhagen Mint, and we're also on some Taco Bell. So I cannot cough or do anything for the next 2 hours because I will shit my pants. I just thought that was kind of funny because we were just like, man, you really can't be getting yourself in any tight welding positions right now. Not gonna be good. So we're gonna try to just breathe easy and fabricate. But I'm hyped. 4 shots of espresso. Let's get it. Make it happen.
I'm still filming.
you got that weird POV footage going on right now.
About to weld these tabs on the top for the triangulated 3-link, and Victor's like, hey, that's cast iron, you need to heat it up. And we did some research, and yeah, if you heat it up to like 200 degrees and then weld what you need to onto the cast iron and then let it cool, you're gonna have a far stronger, more reliable weld, and there's way less chance of it cracking. I mean, it might not ever crack, but if we do this and it doesn't, we can just assume that it worked and never think anything of it. So we're just working on it. Should be pretty decent. Hey guys, so I got these bushing mounts welded on. I got a bunch of slag from that wasn't actually a shitty weld, it was a great weld, but from welding that one up there, a bunch of slag dropped down and made it look like bird shit. Not stoked about that, but stoked about how this came out. So it's welded on there, have that strap on there for safety and support. I should box these in here, so I'll probably work on that, just because it's like it doesn't make sense to not. But yeah, so honestly things are looking pretty good. I'm very happy about it. Yeah, don't really have anything to say besides that. Very happy with the outcome. I'm gonna show you guys what Victor's been working on, and I'm even more stoked about what he's been doing. So pretty mint. Late Sunday night, it's like 11 o'clock. We're still trucking along. I don't think we're gonna get this thing completed tonight unless I stay up all night, and it still might not get done. So hopefully we can get the axle back over here and get it attached by the 2 links, and then maybe just set it back down on the ground and put a ratchet strap on the front of the pinion to hold everything in place where it needs to be, and then I can kind of just drive it out of the shop nice and easy. But yeah, very excited about the progress. Yeah, super stoked. It makes me wish I wasn't partying on Saturday night and down here working on this thing instead. But you know, you gotta party every once in a while. Victor, the man, the myth, the legend, just did one of the sickest things I've ever seen. Get this. Check that shit out. So I put new bleeder valves on the calipers, so I'll be able to bleed those properly. But this splatter paint job is probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. So like, it was all rusty before, you know, you decided to go the whole 9 yards, sand this all down, hit it with some primer, some black paint, and then you splattered the red on. And Victor, you want to run them through how you did that?
Literally just took a glove and then sprayed paint on my finger and went like that.
So yeah, he's just spraying paint all over his fingers, like whatever color you want on the glove, and he's just flicking his hand on it. And
such an easy tactic, and it gives you so much clout, dude.
yeah, so much.
Everybody loves it, but they're like, how the hell did you do that, dude?
Yeah, it looks so incredible. I am just beyond stoked with this setup. So yeah, painted the whole axle. Axle's looking amazing. So very excited to see how this is all turning out. The links all went well, so those are all attached where they need to be. Upper link, we heated all this cast iron here nice and hot, and got it up to probably a few hundred degrees, and then welded to it, and then we put a blanket over it and let it cool off. So yeah, it's looking great. Super stoked. Can't wait to get this axle back in there. Axle transported down here with the crane. Victor's doing a speed paint job on this stuff down here, so it's looking mint. Very happy with how it's looking so far. Anyways, once that's done, we're gonna press the bushings into here. Once they're all greased up nice, attach the lower pivot points, and then we can start mapping out the upper link system, which is going to be a lot more complicated than all this, but should be pretty mint. So we'll see how progress goes once that's installed. It's already like 12 o'clock, so we're trucking along. Got the bushings pressed in, pretty mint. So we got those in. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Yeah, cousin. What up, boys? It's your boy, that van guy. Same video. This is like part 2 of the video. I stopped filming last Sunday when I was wrapping it up super late. So just in case I didn't show you guys everything, we got the axle in. We ratchet strapped all this shit together so the diff wouldn't rotate while I was driving it in and out of the shop. So yeah, now I went and picked up a tubing bender from my buddy that I'm gonna borrow probably for a long time, and then a bunch of tubing. Chopped them up into 10-foot chunks, tossed them in the 7.3, got them over here, and picked up a bunch of Red Bull. It's Friday night, and we're about to do some wrenching. So super excited, hoping to get some new energy into this video. So if you got this far, then hopefully you'll be excited to go the rest of the way through it. It's probably gonna be like a 20 fucking minute video. It's gonna be ridiculous, but yeah. And we got a bunch of other stuff to do when I'm done with all this, but gonna get the 3-link done tonight, and then 3-link mounts on the frame and everything. And then we're gonna start building bed cage, fixing the front bump stop plates. Then it's gonna be time to go and send it. It's gonna be time to send it, so we're good. Yeah, that's what I'm working on. So keep you posted. Okay guys, so I got this all set up like this right now. Pipes with the 3rd links welded up there and there. They run back and cross over right back here. So what I'm gonna do where they cross over is trace it out so I can notch one tube to fit in the other. And then I just gotta build like an S pipe from that one to those guys right there and there. So looking pretty mint. Victor's been over here doing some crazy paint work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit, going with some splackles on the diff cover?
No, you'll see.
Ooh, I'm excited. I never know what he's doing, but he's always up to some sort of greatness. Here we go. Okay guys, so this is the Y-link for the upper link. It's going pretty good. Got the bolt all welded to the bushing there. This is how everything was gonna Y together, so it looks all right. But
with the way it was joining here, the best way for the driveline to be centered was right here. So I wanted to do this for the majority of the driveline portion be centered and then taper over. So here I just did a dog leg right here to attach those two. And now I'm going to build a bridge piece for right here, and then I might plate over the top. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to leave it open because the plate really isn't going to do much. It'll be more for aesthetics, but we'll see. So I'm loving the way it's looking right now. Super solid. Okay, so we got the third link all primed up nice, waiting for it to dry out a little bit, so I can dust some paint on it. But if you look under here, this is the that's going to be the top side. So right now it's upside down on the sawhorses. But I have this brace plate that's all stitch welded between the tubes and the joints and everything to help hold it together, super mint, but looks pretty sick. Okay, boys and girls of YouTube, we are officially linked. Check this out. Oh, bud. These links are running up, connected in the frame, all minty. Super, super, super stoked. Looks amazing. Those links running up there, boom, boom, going all the way back, connecting to the frame over top of the driveway. Hell yeah. And super stable left and right. Like, so that means we did something right. Right?
Yup.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, and Victor cranked out some artwork on the diff cover here. Damn, son. It's looking baller. Bro, it's looking baller. That's what's up. Okay, well, it's like almost 3 in the morning, so probably probably gonna pack up the shed for the night and head home, and we'll get back to it in the morning. But yeah, we got the, let me zoom in on that pivot. The pivot is functioning. So yeah, tomorrow we're gonna chop out all these cross members in the floor where Victor's standing and raise all that stuff up so it clears the third link at full bump. So that'll be mint. Right now it clears the ride height just fine with a few inches to spare. I don't know if I can show you guys that. But yeah, as you can see, right back up in there, right above it, that's where it was gonna make contact. So we need to cut all that stuff out. But great progress. Super stoked. So yeah, we'll get back at it again on Saturday. Yee. So I got 2 of the factory cross members cut out. I think the third one that I made right here is gonna have enough room to clearance that, because it's like basically 7.5 inches of clearance there and like 8 inches at the bump stop. So honestly, between the difference of angle there, it might end up being okay. So I might notch this just a little bit, just in case. But as far as that goes, it's looking pretty solid. So I'm gonna try to clean up these cuts a little bit here so it's not hanging out, and then I'm gonna cut the floor the rest of the way up. So it should be pretty lit. Things are going well. Oh yeah. So I got the fuel cell disconnected and got the line chopped off, moved all that stuff, cut out the floor up there, and I'll show you the bracket I've been making that's gonna mount over that hole to mount the fuel cell to again. Finally, the big boy welder ran out of wire, so I've been using the little 110 flux core, but I made pretty decent work doing some corner gussets and that. The fuel cell itself is gonna mount on top of here. I'm gonna tap in some 3/8 by 16 holes. Should be pretty mint. I'm gonna notch this out so the outlet for the fuel cell can sit flush down in here. So I'll be mint, but I'm gonna go for a ride in my buddy's 1UZ Toyota and I'll get a video of that. Should be kind of fun. So this is the beast, 1UZ Toyota. What year is it?
It's 96.
Oh, the 1UZ is?
Yeah.
And the truck is what? 80 something?
86, 10 years older.
86, 96 motor. It was solid axle swap by the previous owner.
Yep.
Some tech kid. You're running 37s on it?
35s. It had 37s when I got it, but these older Toyota axles, they don't go along with 37s very well. So
There you go. Nice. You did all the work yourself. Looks super mint. He's going through some wiring stuff right now. He's trying to hook up like the check engine light and some other things. He's got most of the important gauges working. But yeah, he's been doing a ton of work. What's your Instagram plug for this?
UZ Yoda.
UZ Yoda on the gram if you want to follow the build further. The thing is just absolutely insane. So love it. But we're gonna go out for a little rip. The thing just sounds absolutely insane. So should be fun. Here we go. What time is it?
911.
Okay, send it. Fuck yeah.
Should I start?
We'll just go all the way to the end and turn around. Bro, this thing drives so smooth. Smooth horsepower.
Say when.
Okay, whenever you're ready. Bro, she moves. She moves good. Guys, so we got the fuel cell cage all welded in, painted up, and got the fuel cell mounted to it. That's going to be a way better location, mounted basically in the center of the wheelbase, so I won't have fuel slosh affecting the way it handles hanging off of the ass end of the vehicle. So it's pretty mint. Yeah, so now I just need to connect the fuel lines and the fuel pump, and it'll be ready to run again. Still need to put in my sway bar, fix the bump stop pads, and then fix the front bump stop pads before I go mob it. Oh, and I want to do dual shocks in the rear, but that's kind of one of those things where your imagination runs away from you, where you just need to focus on one thing at a time, and I'm really bad at that. So we're just got this knocked out, got the cross members cut out, so I need to weld in some new cross members tomorrow to brace everything back up. And yeah, so it's looking pretty good. Sunday, my dudes. I didn't show you guys this thing running last night at all. So we're gonna move it back over. I had to move it over because I had to go install some granite this morning on the weekend, but yeah. Time lapse got cut off short because I got a phone call. But these are sway bar brackets for those sway bar mounts that have the built-in bushings. So I'm going to drill these out to a 3/8 hole and then tap it to a 7/16 hole so I can bolt those on there, and I'm going to weld these to the truss between the coil buckets. So it should be like pretty mint. So drill press some things, weld some things on there, and should be looking pretty mint. Hell yeah. Got my tabs welded on for the sway bar mounts here. So that sway bar has tons of travel. I don't have any like grease or oil in it right now, but honestly, like it could be all the way up here at full bump and all the way down here at full droop, but it's probably only going to do about half of that movement. But yeah, this is like some random sway bar off of a Ford Econoline ambulance, I think off of the front. So yeah, got some 1/4 inch steel tabs, tubing welded in the back there, back over there, and then just gusseted by this tab on this side. So should be super burly. Very excited about it. Cutting some brackets for the sway bar and for the dual shock mounts in the rear. You can kind of see they look like. Cutting the holes first and then you cut the part afterwards. And full retro here. Got some old, what were they, Dorman shocks? Monroe shocks, yeah, for a trailer. So they're super stiff. And yeah, we got quad shocks now. So the way they're mounted to the trailing arm isn't the best, but you know, it's a grade 8 bolt, but I'm sure there'll be a little bit of deflection there, but it's not a huge deal. I'm gonna chop the excess of that bolt off, but welded some other tabs on there and a 1/4 inch. Got the sway bar fully installed, which I think I showed you guys last time. But man, it is, Victor, hop up there and bounce.
Bro.
Don't rip your pant leg though.
I don't even have to hop off there. Just look at this shit.
There's like no movement at all, dude. That's so rad. There's no bounce, no anything at all. So these shocks are $35 on Amazon Prime. So I can order a full set for the rear for under $200 and super mint. So now I have dampening, I have a sway bar, I have 3-link, and my fuel cell's mounted in the middle like it should have been from the beginning. So this is like some full race car shit without some of the race car shit. So we're going great. Here she is as she sits. Dual shock mounts installed, sway bar installed, fuel cell relocated, 3-link done, diff cover repainted, brakes are bled. Yeah, dude, I'm so excited. Sway bar is off of a Ford ambulance, so that's kind of sick. Built some custom brackets for it. Welded those up there. 3-link kit is all done. Properly heated up those fins on the Dana 60 to a good temperature before we welded to it. Lay down some hot welds. I even did 2 passes on the welds just to make sure that they got even heat soak on both of them. Then we covered it in a blanket and let it sit. So that's good for now. Eventually it's getting a brace, but not until I go out and I actually send it. So super stoked with how it's looking so far. Yeah, nothing but great things to say about it. So dual shock mounts are so rad. So we got those set up, and yes, it is single shear right now. We just have a 3/4 inch grade 8 bolt going through the trailing arm with big washers and everything, whole 9 yards, holding all that together. But it should be fine for now. We'll find out. The sway bars, those are 3/4 inch heims on the bottom, welded directly to the trailing arms. 1/2 inch heims at the top, which isn't that great, but this is a factory 1/2 inch hole right here. So worked all right there. Used the factory mounting style with the rubber bushing clamped down by bolts. Just tapped those holes, 7/16 bolts. Yeah, so I have a lot more bracing I need to do in here. I still got to build the bed cage and everything, but this is a really good start and I'm so excited, and I really hope you guys enjoy this. It's going to be all for this episode of the Vuck conversion. I believe this is part 9. I am just beyond stoked with the progress we made. So super excited to go out and drive it right now. Not going to romp on it too hard, but really excited to see how the newfound dampening is. The dampening is just insane in the rear. Get to test out the sway bar, some other things there, the 3-link kit, just the whole thing just got redeveloped. So I'm more than excited to go try it. Just got to get the shop cleaned up so it's ready for the morning for the actual business stuff, and then go for a little cruise. So I'll upload some Instagram videos of it mobbing once we get it a little bit more dialed in, but that is all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah!